Good morning, my dear students. Today, the Dihybrid cross is going to be the topic for our discussion. In my previous lecture, I was talking something about the biography of Mendel and a little bit about the monohybrid cross, the different type of crossing techniques, etc. Today, we are going to pass on to what is called as a dihybrid cross. Now, to start with, what is a dihybrid cross? When you take two characters and then make a cross, it could be a plant or it could be animal, two organisms differing in two essential characters. That's very important. For example, in one plant, some bristles may be there. In some other, the bristles may not be there. So this is a very confusing character and you can't locate that. It's very difficult. So you have to take two plants which are differing in essential character. For example, let's say in one plant the fruit may be sweet. In another it may be sour. Okay. So it's a contrasting character. But here the fruit is small. And here, in spite of the fact that it is sour, it could be large also. Now I want to cross these two plants with the idea that I may get a sweet fruit which is also larger in size. See, now this is a dihybrid cross. The cross taking two different characters which are essential. So mostly we do essential characters only in agriculture and horticulture. Only if it is a character is essential, then it becomes it has got some economic value and commercial value, etc. Okay, so Mendel also experimentally studied the segregation and transmission of two pairs of contrasting characters at a time. This was called as a dihybrid or a two-factor cross. He took up the round and wrinkled varieties of the seed coat along with the yellow and the green color of the seeds, and then he did a cross. Now, Mendel found that a cross between the round yellow and wrinkled green seeds produced only round yellow seeds in the F1 generation, but in the F2 generation 4 types of combinations appeared, of which 2 were different from that of the parental combinations in the following ratio. So the ratio is given here, 9:3:3:1. I am going to explain this with some more details. We will go to the toggle presentation now. What we discuss is, when you take a tall plant, cross it with a dwarf variety, you get all tall in the F1 generation. This is called as F1. This is called as parental generation. When these F1 plants are inbred, you get tall and dwarf in the ratio of 3:1. This is what is happening in the case of a monohybrid. After doing the experiment with the different characters, Mendel took a length of the plant, then shape of the seed, color of the cotyledon, position of the inflorescence. Like that, he took one character after another, and then he was doing experiment. In all the experiments that he was doing, consistently there was some uniformity. What is that consistent uniformity? See, the plant which appeared in the F1 generation was dominant, and it appeared in 3/4 of the F2 population. And one character got masked in the F1 generation that reappeared in 1/4 of the population. Now, this was true for all the characters that he took for his analysis. After doing this, he went for what is called as a dihybrid cross, in which he took two characters simultaneously for discussion. So, as just now I read, Mendel took an yellow round variety, then he crossed it with a green wrinkled variety. He took an yellow round variety and then crossed it with a green wrinkled variety. Now this yellow round I designate like this. Green round like this. As I have already told you, there are different methods of writing this. Yellow is written like this and green. You can put a green wrinkled like this also. Sometimes they put a G and for green and then wrinkled W. So like this they do sometimes. And many times all the things are written continuously as capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. This is written in this method also. There are different methods of writing. Why I am following this method? See, this method has got some logic behind it. This is one homologue. This is second homologue. In this homologue, the alleles are present. Capital Y is there, capital Y is here. Capital R is here, the capital R is here. Okay, so I write an pure breeding yellow round variety as a capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R, and not like this. This may cause a little bit of a confusion sometimes. No, so let us follow what is called as a clear-cut method. Okay, இது எரஸ் பண்ணனும்னு அப்புறமா நீங்க எடிட் பண்ணிக்குவீங்களா? எடிட் பண்ணலாம்ல ஸ்பீச்?
ஸ்பீச் பண்ணுங்க.
அப்போ இதெல்லாம் எப்படி எரஸ் பண்றது?
இதுல எரேஸ் ஆப்ஷன் இல்ல சார், கிளியர் தான் பண்ணணும்.
அப்ப கிளியர் பண்ணி திரும்ப எழுதிக்கணும். ஓகே,
அது எடுத்தாச்சு.
அப்படியா? ஓகே, எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் ரொம்ப ஓகே ரைட். சரி சரி, நான் இப்போ போனதெல்லாம் நீங்க எடிட்ல போட்டுருங்க.
இப்போ லாஸ்ட் டைம் எடிட்ல இருந்து இது வரைக்கும் அப்படியே எடுத்துட்டு போடுறது
போட்டுருங்க. ஸோ கொஞ்சம் வந்து நான் கேர்ஃபுல்லாக எரர்ஸ் இல்லாமல் மாதிரி பார்த்துக்கணும்.
ஆமாம் சார்.
சரி சார், நான் பார்த்துக்கிறேன்.
இருந்தாலே ஒரு இன்ட்டு மார்க் போட்டு
அடிச்சுட்டு அப்படி தான் பண்ணணும். சரி சார், ரைட். இப்போ இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சுக்கிங்க. ஓகே ஃபைன். ஸோ when yellow round is written like this and green wrinkled is written in this way, and when you make a cross you get capital Y, small y, capital R, small r, and this you call as yellow round variety. This is called as yellow round variety, and we call this as a F1 generation and this as a parental generation. Now when this F1 generation is inbred, what is happening? This is what we are going to right now. Capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. This is self-fertilizer. Capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. This is self-fertilizer. F1 generation is self-fertilizer. You know that? Fine. So this will be, if you are treating this as a male parent and this is a female parent, or collecting the pollen grain from this plant, dusting it over the stigmatic surface of the very same plant, then this will be producing 4 type of pollen grains. What are the 4 type of pollen grains? Capital Y, capital R, small y, and small r. See how I am writing? This I write like this: capital R this side and small r this side. Okay, then capital Y, small r, small y, and capital R. These are the 4 type of pollen grains produced. Similarly, this female plant will be producing 4 type of eggs. What are they? Capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y, and capital R. So these are the 4 type of eggs producer. Now, if it is only 2 pollen grains and 2 eggs, then you can find out the genotype of the zygote by what is called as a forked method. That you must be knowing. See, capital T, small t, capital T, small t means this and this, this and this, this and this, this and this. Like this, you go by a forked method. But here, a forked method is a bit difficult. But there is another method. You draw the forks horizontally. That method is also there. But best method for the beginners, for the children like you, the best method is what is called as a checkerboard method or Bettison and Punnett square method. That works out to be very good because inside each block you can write the genotype as well as the phenotype. Then it becomes more convenient for you. So what I am going to do next step is I am going to draw this what is called as a block like this. This is called a checkerboard, and in this checkerboard I will be writing these male gametes here and then female gametes here, and then derive the zygotic formation and then see what type of plants are produced. This I am going to do because in the next slide you will not be having it here. I am just explaining this. Okay. Now, see how you have to follow the method. So everything has to be done very systematically. Now see, what are the 4 gametes? I am writing male, female. See, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r. Capital Y, small r, small y, capital R. Here, once again, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r. Capital Y, small r, small y, capital R. How to fill up the checkerboard? There is a method is there. First you write the pollen grain, then it becomes easy for you, then you will never go wrong. See, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, capital R. See, now I am adding the egg to the pollen. Capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r. Small y, capital R, small y, small r. See, now I am writing the pollen grain. Capital Y, small r, capital Y, small r, capital Y, small r, capital Y, small r. Now I am bringing the egg here. Capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, capital R, small y, small r. Now I am writing these pollen grains. Small y, capital R, small y, capital R, small y, capital R, small y, capital R. Now I am adding the egg to them. Capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, capital R, small y, small r. Okay, right. Last column. Small y, small r, small y, small r, small y, small r, small y, small r. Now, I am adding capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, capital R, small y, small r. Okay. Now, what you have to do next is, as you are doing in a checkerboard, you can do this method column wise. First, see, this plant is yellow round because both are dominant alleles. So, yellow round. Yellow round. How many plants are there? This is yellow round. 1. See how I am doing systematically. This is also yellow round. This is also yellow round. This is also yellow round. 4. And this is also yellow round. This is yellow wrinkled. This is not yellow round, this is yellow wrinkled. See? Yellow wrinkled. See? 1 yellow wrinkled. This is yellow round. This is yellow wrinkled. This is yellow wrinkled. 8 are over. See? 6 and then 2, 8. This is yellow round. This is yellow round. This is also yellow round. Okay. This is yellow round. Yellow round. This is green round. Green round. This is green round. This is also green round. This is once again yellow round. This is yellow wrinkle. Here, this is here, yellow wrinkle. Yellow wrinkle. This is green round in this case. And this is last column, green wrinkled. Green wrinkled one. See, yellow round, yellow wrinkled, green round and green wrinkled. They are produced in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. This is how you do it. And this is what Mendel got. Now you know how you have to do it. Yellow round, yellow wrinkled, green round, green wrinkled are produced in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. Okay? Right, I think I will give some more explanation. Now, there is a method of deriving what is called as gametes. For example, for a monohybrid, I told you this will produce 2 gametes. So, how to write the 2 gametes? This is the method. So, capital T will be one gamete, small t will be another gamete. If it is a dihybrid, capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. I wrote 4 gametes from this. So what is the method that you have to follow? You have to be very careful. First you write, you see how I am writing? Capital Y, capital R will be one gamete. Small y, small r will be another gamete. See now what I am doing? I put an into mark. Capital Y, small r is 1 and a small y, capital R is another gamete. See, while I am writing in this way. capital A, capital R, small y, small r, capital A, small r, small y, capital R. And when you write in this order, and if you feed the gamete also in the same order, that is capital Y, capital R here, then capital Y, small r here, small y, capital R here, and then small y, small r here. In this order, if you feed. Here also, if you follow this method, then see, these columns will be yellow round columns. These 9 columns will be always yellow round. It will be automatically, it will be following like that. So if you are drawing it in this examination, and if it is not getting tallied, you can very easily locate where the problem is, where you have done mistake. You can very easily locate it. These 9 squares will be the yellow round squares. Okay, then yellow wrinkled. These 3 will be yellow wrinkled. These 3 will be yellow wrinkled. See the position? Then green round. These 3 will be the green round, star shaped. These are the locations of the green round. So yellow round, the figure pattern is like this. See, this is the figure pattern for yellow round. I have shown it with a circle. Then yellow wrinkled, green round. Then green wrinkled will be the last column. Green wrinkled. What symbol I can put now? I will just put a dash. I put a dash. Okay? Right. So yellow round 9, yellow wrinkled 3, green round 3, green wrinkled 1. And its position will be like that if you are going to write the gamete in this order. So this is the order of writing. Now you understand? So first you write your capital A, capital R, small y, small r, capital A, small r, small y, capital R. You do it in that way, then you will come to the correct conclusion. Fine. Now, what we have discussed is the Dihybrid cross, yellow round, yellow wrinkled, green round, green wrinkled plants are produced in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. That's what just now I told you. One thing fundamentally what you have to understand here is this 9:3:3:1 ratio is not a fundamental ratio, but it is a derived ratio. What do we mean by this? See, 3:1 is the fundamental ratio. For monohybrid, you get this ratio. Monohybrid, you are getting this ratio. So, dihybrid means automatically 3:1 to the power n, where n represents the number of hybrids. A very, very important factor. A very important thing. Okay. So, if it is a dihybrid means 3:1 square. So 3:1 into 3:1, you will be getting 3 into 3, 9, 3 into 1, 3, 1 into 3, 3, 1 into 1. So it is a 9:3:3:1. So what is this 9:3:3:1? It is not a fundamental ratio. It is not a basic ratio. It is a 3:1 square. What is this square? It is a hybrid, dihybrid. If it is going to be a trihybrid, then 3:1 cube. Tetrahybrid, 3:1 to the power 4. Like that you have to write. So that's why I have put 3:1 to the power n. I have put where n represents the number of hybrids. Are able to follow? So what I mean to tell you is 9:3:3:1 is only a square of a 3:1 ratio, because 3:1 represents the monohybrid cross. 9:3:3:1 represents the dihybrid cross. So dihybrid cross is a double, 2 times the monohybrid cross. If you go to statistics, they will tell you that if 2 incidents, independent incidences are taking place, the coincidence of these 2 incidences taking place simultaneously is given by the product. let me not go into too much details of the biostatistics. Just to understand that this is one monohybrid cross, one action, one independent action, another independent action. When taking place simultaneously, then you have to multiply it by 3:1:3:1. Okay, right. So how to derive this 9:3:3:1 from a 3:1 ratio? I was just now telling you. At the same time, see, in a dihybrid cross, you can derive two 3:1 ratios. For example, see, in a dihybrid cross, how many yellow round plants are there? Yellow round, 9. Then yellow wrinkled, you have got yellow wrinkled. Yellow wrinkled is 3. Then you have got a green round. Green round. Green round is 3. Then green wrinkled. Green wrinkled. Green wrinkled 1. Now this is a clear-cut dihybrid cross. This is a very clear-cut dihybrid cross. But in this dihybrid cross, if you forget one character, now let us say you are forgetting the color character. Now only shape is there. How many, what are the shapes? Round and wrinkled. How many round and how many wrinkled are there? See, 12 round and 4 wrinkled are there. 12 round and 4 wrinkled. Is this not 3:1 ratio? See, round and wrinkled are in the 3:1 ratio, even in a dihybrid cross. Now, you forget this character. Take this character, yellow character. How many yellow are there? 9 plus the yellow. See, 12. How many green are there? 4. So this is also 3:1. Now you understand? So this character is in 3:1 ratio and this character is in 3:1 ratio. When you mix these two characters, it is a 3:1 square. Now, if somebody is asking what will be the F2 generation phenotypic ratio, trihybrid cross, not a monohybrid, dihybrid. It's a trihybrid cross. Phenotypic ratio, F2 generation. If somebody is asking for the answer, is it not very difficult, sir? How to do it? It's not at all difficult. I tell you, it is a 3:1 cube. If you are a little bit good in mathematics, you can write it very easily. It is 27:9:9:9, 3:3:3, finally 1. This is the ratio for a trihybrid cross. See how I wrote this? It's very easy. It is a 3:1 multiplied. You have to cube it. Then you will be getting 27:9:9:9, 3:3:3, 1. So as I was telling you, for anything you can write, only thing is you have to understand the fundamental ratio, that for the calculation of the phenotypic ratio, it is a 3:1 power n to the power n. Okay, right. Now, if that is going to be the case, if what I am telling is for a phenotypic ratio, then genotypic ratio should also follow the same rule. You cannot have a different rule for a phenotypic ratio and a genotypic ratio. Are you able to follow? So, for a monohybrid cross, what is the genotypic ratio? It is 1:2:1. And for a dihybrid cross, what will be the genotypic ratio? So, F2 generation F2 generation genotypic ratio dihybrid cross F2 genotypic ratio. This is the F2 generation genotypic ratio monohybrid cross. Then if you square it, you will be getting this. So what is the ratio? If you just do this, you will understand that it is 1:2, 2:1, 2:2, 4:2, 1:2, 2:1. How I have done this? See, 1:2:1 is once again multiplied by this number. I am multiplying 1:2:1 by 1, so I get this. I multiply this with a 2, so I get this. I multiply this with this, once again I get this. So it is 1:2:1, 2:4:2, 1:2:1. So this is the dihybrid genotypic ratio for F2 generation. Okay. Unfortunately, this has not been given in your book because they think that it is a little bit difficult. And for monohybrid, they have given the genotypic ratio. But for dihybrid, they have not given the genotypic ratio. But you don't jump to the conclusion that a dihybrid ratio, dihybrid cross, will not have a genotypic ratio. See, when there is a phenotypic ratio, definitely there will be a genotypic ratio also. Sometimes, thinking that it is very difficult in the books, they omit it. But if it is learned in a proper method, then it becomes very easy. See, this is the genotypic ratio for F2 generation for the dihybrid cross. Only thing is you have to multiply 1:2:1, square it. And if you are going to cube it, it will be the genotypic ratio for F2 generation trihybrid cross. Okay, like this you can do everything by what is called as a simple little bit of a mathematics calculation. Now I am going to teach you what is the general formula for gamete formation. Gamete. Now for monohybrid, I told you this will be one gamete and this will be another gamete. That is, 2 will be the number of gamete. For a dihybrid, it is a capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, then capital Y, small r, small y and capital R. So there are 4 gametes. Then you get a monohybrid, the number of gametes is 2, and when you go for a dihybrid, the number of gametes is 4, and when you go for a trihybrid, this is a monohybrid, this is a dihybrid, and for trihybrid, it will be 8. It will be 8. Okay? How it will be 8? How I got it? It is very simple. As I told you, it is a 2 power n. 2 power n. The general formula is a 2 power n. For the calculation of the gametes, it is a 2 power n is the general formula where n represents the number of the hybrids. Okay. So for monohybrid, it is a 2 power 1 is a 2. Here it is a 2 square, that is a 4. And for trihybrid, it is a 8. So the general formula for the calculation of the gamete is 2 power n. See, you may be wondering how 8 gametes are produced. Now let me take a condition like this. Capital A, capital B, capital C, small a, small b, small c. I am taking 3 genes for a trihybrid and I am going to write the 8 gametes. See how I am writing? First, like this. That is capital A, capital B, capital C. See how I am writing? Small a, small b, small c. Now I put a full stop here. That is capital A, small b, small c. Then here small a, capital B, capital C. See? Now I am putting a stop here. Capital A, capital B, small c. Then small a, small b, capital C. Now the last one, both the places I put capital A, small b, capital C. Like this. Here it is small a, capital B, small c. Now you will find that all the 8 are the 8 gametes. All the 8 are 8. So nothing is getting repeated. So this is how you will be writing the 8 gametes for a triable cross. So the number of the gametes produced will be 8 for a triable cross. How you got it? It is by a simple formula called 2 power n, where n represents the number of hybrids. Okay, right. So for the calculation of the number of the gametes, it is a 2 power n. I am summarizing 2 power n. And for the phenotypic ratio, it is a 3:1 power n. And for the genotypic ratio, the general formula is 1:2:1 to the power n. Okay, and now the calculation of the squares in a checkerboard. How to do it? See, if it is a monohybrid, you get 4 squares, and if it is a dihybrid, you are getting 16 squares in a checkerboard, and if it is going to be a trihybrid, you will be getting 64 squares in a checkerboard. Monohybrid, dihybrid, trihybrid. So what could be the general formula for this? It is 2 to the power of 2n. 2 to the power of 2n. Okay, 2 to the power of 2n, because you see, while you are drawing the checkerboard, you are writing the male gamete on this side, female gamete on this side. Okay. How do you write the male gamete? It is a 2 power n. Formula for the gamete is a 2 power n. Here it is female gamete 2 power n. 2 power n into 2 power n is equal to 2 power 2n. Now please don't do the mistake that 4 power n. Don't write 4 power n. Okay. Now the correct answer or the better answer will be 2 power 2n will be the better answer. So the number of the squares in a checkerboard will be given by a formula called 2 power 2n, genotypic formula like this, phenotypic formula like this, number of the gametes like this. So these are the some of the general formulae for the calculation of the phenotypic ratio, genotypic ratio, etc. Okay, fine. With this we will go to some more slides. See, this is a dihybrid cross. Now, as I was telling you, they have written all the 4 alleles in one straight line. I used to write it one below the another. It is anyway. Now you follow your own method. You follow your own method. You practice one method and be very sure about it. So this is yellow round, this is yellow round, this is yellow round, this is also yellow round. This is yellow round, this is yellow round, this is yellow round, this is yellow round, this is yellow round. See, these are the 9 squares showing the yellow round. And these are the yellow wrinkled cases. These are the yellow wrinkled cases. yellow wrinkled cases. Now these are the green round cases. These are the green round cases. This is the green wrinkled. Last one is the green wrinkled. Okay. So they are in the ratio of 9:3:3:1 ratio. So this is a beautiful diagram to show the distribution of the zygotes. See, this is yet another presentation. This is also very beautiful, very nice. And then this here they have shown it with the diagrammatic representation. So this is how the yellow round seeds they look like, yellow round. See here the fear pattern is still very beautiful. These are the yellow round cases. These are the yellow round cases. And these are the yellow wrinkled cases. Okay, yellow wrinkled cases. This is the green round case. This is green wrinkled case. If you just do it in a slightly tilted form, so it looks very systematic, symmetric. Yellow round cases, yellow wrinkled cases, green round cases, green wrinkled case. And here they have shown the diagram also. Yellow round. See, the seed is yellow in color and also round in shape. This is yellow in color but wrinkled. This is green in color but round. So this is green as well as wrinkled. Okay. So this yellow round, when they are crossed, you get yellow round in the F1 generation. On self-fertilization, you get this. So these are all the male gametes and these are the female gametes. Sorry. These are male gametes and these are the female gametes. And these are the 16 zygotes produced. Okay, fine. See, these are yellow round 9. See, these are 9 yellow. We took a yellow round and then crossed it with a green wrinkled variety, you know. So this yellow round and green wrinkled. Green wrinkled. These are called as the parental varieties because we took the yellow round variety and then crossed it with a green wrinkled variety. So this is called the parental variety, and then as a result of this cross, you get all yellow round in the F1 generation, and when that is inbred, you get two new varieties. That is yellow green round and yellow wrinkled. These new varieties are also formed. So sometimes it is called as a recombination varieties or a new combinations. You can use any word for parental varieties and new varieties. New varieties are produced. Okay. Now, to sum up what happens, see, in F2 generation, since all the 4 characters are sorted out independent of the other, Mendel said that a pair of contrasting characters behave independently of the other pair. Second color, seed color, is independent of the seed coat. At the time of gamete formation in the F1 dihybrid genes, for round dihybrid, F1 dihybrid, genes for round or wrinkled character of the seed coat assort independently of the yellow or green color of the seed coat. As a result, 4 types of gametes with 2 old and 2 new combinations were formed, namely capital R capital Y, capital R small y, small r capital Y, and small r small y. Are you able to understand that concept? See, what Mendel told as a result of this dihybrid growth, he clearly stated the independent assortment. What is this independent assortment? You see, this is what we mean by that. Follow my diagram very carefully, you will understand it very clearly. Here Mendel took 2 characters. Both the characters are present, each one is present in one homologue. This homologue represents the, say, color. So it is yellow. I am writing the hybrid. And this represents the shape. So round. So this plant will be yellow round because yellow is dominant over this allele. This allele is dominant over this allele. So the plant will be yellow round. Now when this is self-fertilized, F1 plants are self-fertilized, You derive 4 gametes from male side and 4 on the female side. How the 4 are produced? You write capital Y, capital R, small y and small r, capital Y and small r, small y and capital R. You write 4 gametes. Now, why do you write this? How do you write these 4 gametes? You see, these 2 chromosomes will go to one pole. When these 2 are going to one pole, this will be produced. Now, when these 2 chromosomes are going to one pole, you will be getting this type of gamete. But you see, it's not a rule that a capital Y should always go with a capital R. It's not at all. It's not a rule. Similarly, small y should always go with the small r. You can't say like that. A capital Y may go with a small r also. That is why you will be getting small capital Y and small r. When these 2 are going, then this will be having a chance of going together. That will be having small y and capital R. So, capital Y, capital R, small r will be produced when these 2 are going, and capital Y, small r and small y, capital R will be going when these 2 are going. Now, this shows that there is an independent movement of the chromosomes. The chromosomes are moving independently. That means nothing is binding this chromosome with this chromosome. Similarly, nothing is binding this chromosome with this chromosome. So, you can't tell that always these 2 chromosomes will go to one pole and these 2 chromosomes will go to one pole. It's not like that. Capital Y will have a chance of going with a capital R. Capital Y may have a chance with go with a small r. Small y may go with a small r, or it may go with a capital R. So, the movement of the chromosomes representing the color is independent from the chromosomes which are representing the shape. So, these 2 are 2 different characters, and when they are present in 2 different homologs, they will be assorting independently. This is what is called independent assortment. So, that is the 4th law of Mendel. These 4 types of gametes on random mating produce 16 offsprings in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. The actual number of individuals got by Mendel or each of the 4 classes were 315 round yellow seeds, 108 round green seeds, 101 wrinkled yellow seeds, and 32 wrinkled green seeds. This is what I was mentioning in my class. Mendel was a very good mathematician, excellent mathematician. See, when you get the 3, total. See, when if you are having 556 seeds, they are not given that anywhere, 556 seeds, then you see this is not exactly in the ratio of 3:3. Are you able to follow? So, there will be, this is a 108 and this is only 10. And this is not 9 times this. If it is 9 times means 9 into 2, 8. 27, this is more in number. See, there is a lot of a fluctuation is there. This is not exactly 9:3:3:1. But still, Mendel concluded that this is only a slight deviation of the 9:3:3:1. And this needed a mathematical knowledge. All the other people would have missed this for a typical ratio. Now, when you add all these things, you get a 16. And a square root of 16 is equal to 4. 4 will be the number of the gametes. If 4 gametes have to be formed, then only independent assortment should take place. It is to that conclusion he is coming. So, for deriving everything, ultimately you need the knowledge of mathematics. This is what I have emphasized many times in my class. See this yellow round, green wrinkled. When they are crossed, you get this yellow round, green wrinkled. These are the two type. This is one gamete producer. This is another type of gamete producer. When they combine, you get this plant. All of them are yellow round. All of them are yellow round. All of them are yellow round. So this yellow round is self-fertilized. So you get four gametes. You get 4 gametes. Capital I, capital R, capital I, small r, capital I, small r, small y, capital R, and small y, small r. 4 type of gametes. Male side and female side you have to write. Now you will be getting this will be in the checker square, which is showing beautifully as the 9:3:3:1 ratio. Beautiful. So this in this class now I was trying to present to you about a dihybrid cross. So what's a dihybrid cross? Dihybrid cross is nothing but a cross done between two organisms. It could be a plant or animal or it could be anything. You are taking two characters simultaneously for the consideration, and then these two characters are present in two different genes located in the two different homologs. Then only it is called a dihybrid. So not two characters. The two characters, if you are choosing, it could be a linked gene also. Then it is coming under the topic called a linkage, which we will be discussing later. So the two characters that you are choosing should be present in two different locations in two different homologs. Then when you are doing a cross in that between these two, then it is called as a dihybrid cross. And for that the F2 generation ratio will be 9:3:3:1 ratio. Okay, fine. So further of this will be discussed in the subsequent classes. Thank you very much for the patient hearing. Any questions you can post to me. Thank you.